Recording.
Okay, thanks everybody. Welcome to the meeting of the Executive Cabinet Member Leaders Portfolio. The first item on the agenda is the monitoring of Executive Cabinet Member decisions, which has been circulated. If that's okay with everybody. Item 2 is the aggregate financial monitor Q1, and we have David doing this item. Thanks, David.
Thank you, Leader. I appreciate members will have read the report already, so I'll just summarise the main points. This is the Q1 Aggregate Financial Monitor 2024-25. It's a summary of all the individual portfolio returns that have been taken to Exec Cabinet member meetings over the last month or so. The summary of the Q1 position can be found in Table 2 on the 4th page of the report. Just to highlight, there continue to be pressures within adult social care, with the budget being balanced by children's social care. I did beg your pardon, with the budget being balanced by contributions from reserves. I'm happy to take any questions.
Thanks very much. Any questions, members? Just for the, I neglected to say, just for the benefit of people watching this pre-recording, all executive member meetings, including my own, are held in the presence of sportspersons from the other groups, and we do have Councillor Grant from Horwich and Blackrock first and Councillor Saunders from Falmouth and Kersley first with us today. So, Councillor Grant.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, it's just relating to the pressures on children's services. Of course, we know why they are, but it seems to be year on year we're drawing from reserves to support this function. Well, what are we doing to ensure that going forward this isn't, because this obviously has a massive impact on reserves, which potentially has an impact on other services. It's vital, of course, it's a statutory requirement that we provide these services, but you can't just keep draining the reserves to support this. We need assistance, we need help. What are we doing as an authority to put, and I'm sure other authorities are in exactly the same position, as more special needs children are identified and support for them is put through, as well as the use of external care agencies for foster care, etc. The costs are going up exponentially. I think it was 8 million last year, it's 15 million this year from reserves. We can't keep on going on like that. So what are we doing to try and alleviate these pressures? And I don't know if that's a question for you, David, or for possibly the leader. Thank you.
Well, I'll let Lisa, come in first.
Thank you very much, Leader, and thank you, Councillor Grant. I am been in the fortunate position to have been head of finance for people services for a number of years now, and directly involved in the children's social care monitoring. And yes, it is a national problem. And where we had adult social services quite a number of years ago and still continuing, children's have definitely jumped up, where we're looking at external placements, unit costs going up, 10%, 15% over the past few years. Now, we are doing a lot within the department to be able to address this. So what was the good thing that last year corporately, it was recognised that we had a problem, and corporately we had assistance with the demand. But without talking too much about the children's portfolio on here, the DCS, Sandra Bruce, has asked the finance team and her heads of service to do a zero-based budgeting approach, which is looking at all of the budgets, what everything costs, and aligning the budget so everything's right. She's doing a massive piece of work about looking at prevention, to how we can stop children going into these high-cost places earlier. And also there's a demand strategy in place where the DCS and the Deputy Director of Children's come together with finance, heads of service, etc., to look at areas like fostering, to look at areas such as residential care, and where we can help stem demand. And this gets taken to CLT on a monthly basis. So without trying to impose too much on this meeting, there is a lot that's going on in the background. Does that answer your question?
Can I just come back in, Leader, if I may? Thank you for your indulgence. Are we doing anything with our partners throughout GM as well? Because again, I'm sure partner councils have got the issue. Are we looking at this as a cross agency issue and seeing how we can benefit from utilising shared services, etc.?
Leader, if I may, just from the point of the children's services, partnership is a really important role for us as a council, working with the Foundation Trust, GMICB, Health, etc., where they contribute towards some of our high cost packages. But also we have great partnership working with Send and other external partners who actually we rely on and contribute and work really closely with to enable us to find the best that we can for the Bolton pound.
Thank you.
And there is I can confirm that there is quite a bit of work going on at GM level, especially in terms of out of borough accommodation. We working together in partnership can drive down quite a lot of costs. And thanks for the explanation, Lisa. There is a lot going on, and the recent Send inspection in particular picked up kind of shift towards preventative work. That's clearly where we need to concentrate more resources in order to drive down the cost later down the pipeline. I think one of the problems is, having just discussed this just the other day, is there's a great unknown as well with this, and completely unexpected. There could be particular cases with particular young people that is extremely expensive to resolve, and suddenly before you know it, you've got all the prevention work has driven costs out, but then there's a sudden jump in cost because of something that was unforeseen, where we clearly obviously have a duty to look after the needs of the young person. But it's a fundamental part, and you're right, Councillor Grant, it's a national issue. Massive growth in local government for looked after children and children's services. Thank you for raising it. Okay, if there's no other comments there, we'll move on to the Treasury Management Outturn report for Q1, and it is David again.
Thank you again, Leader. This is the Q1 position for our Treasury Management activities for 24-25. Just to say, all in back in February this year. Again, happy to take any questions.
Okay, any questions? Okay, thank you very much.
We lost Nick.
You seem to be the only one moving, David. Is it just me and you moving? Or
A few of us.
I'm here as well.
Oh, still here. Can you hear me?
We can now.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thanks. I don't let everybody. Well, half the people froze on my screen. The other half were moving. Right. I think Councillor Grant's frozen now, but we will continue. Yeah. Sorry. So it's item 4, legal resources increasing capacity, and that is Angela to do the item.
Thank you, Leader. So as can be seen from the report is seeking the approval of the creation of 2 full-time permanent posts within the Legal Services Department, a childcare lawyer and a senior legal assistant. The main body of the report sets out the increased demand which has been seen across the team over the past 12 months or so, which does continue to date, and also some of the wider challenges faced by the children's legal team as it currently stands. So unless there's any questions or queries.
And again, I think this relates very much to the discussion on the previous item as well, Angela. I hope everybody's still, we do appear to be having some connection problems, but hopefully everybody's still with us. Any comments or questions, members? Okay, if not, thank you very much, Angela. We now on the next item, which is the Employees Code of Conduct, which will be the Borough Solicitor taking this one.
Thank you, Leader. Hopefully members will have had a chance to have a look at the report. Paragraph 1 sets out the background to how we currently have a code of conduct for local government officers. Playing a bit of catch-up really in terms of the lighter touch that the 2011 Localism Act brought in for members and their interests. The current code requires members to register their interests in a central register, which is problematic in that I'm the only person that has access to that, so managers don't have access to it, so they're not going to know what their direct reports have in terms of interests. This proposed new code changes that so that it's the manager that actually manages those interests, the knowledge of those interests in terms of the work that officers are carrying out. It updates the old code of conduct, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Helen. Any comments or questions on that? It's pretty much an update of the existing code. Right, if not, okay, for the benefit of any member of the public watching this back, the next item is a confidential item, which means the exemption outweighs public interest at this moment in time until it becomes a public item in the future. So we will have to stop recording. Thank you.